Hey, I'm ChrisUX. I'm the founder of the Aspire Agency here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we talk about 5 tips, strategies to start your small business. And before we get into it, I guess the bonus tip before I get into it is scale. For example, this is my first video for 2024. And if you notice, this is a whole different look for me. Because for the past 2 months, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do YouTube or not for UX design or not. So for the past 2 months, I was doing some portfolio reviews, some usability tests, sharing some insights, sharing some part of my story. But I kept it very simple, you know, and I just feel like, especially here in Atlanta, I think a lot of people want to start off at the top. They will hit the ground running at the top, and they don't understand the importance of scaling up. You know, so like for me, before I really knew what I really wanted to do with this channel, I'm like, well, let me keep it simple and do some videos and see how I felt about it, see what direction I want to go, get some feedback and whatnot. And I did that for the past 2 months. And then, of course, you know, if you know me personally, I don't celebrate the holidays. So I spent the season just thinking about what I wanted to do for next year and what direction I wanted to go. And so I made a decision to go all in 2024 with the YouTube. I went out and really invested. So now you see I'm using a better camera. I made a whole YouTube set in the background, like compared to my older videos. And I kept my old videos up there so you can see the scale. Like from my first video on this channel to now, and the quality of it, the production, everything is night and day. So to kind of keep that in mind when you start your business, like you don't have to start off at the top. The main thing is being consistent. So that was my test for me the past 2 months. Can I be consistent doing this or not? You know, between my day job, the Aspire Agency, family, and balancing all these things out, and learned that okay, yeah, I can do this. You know, but what will be my upload schedule? So I decided to do 1 video a week. You know, it's nothing too heavy, nothing can burden me. You know, so keep that in mind. But anyway, let's get into it. 5 tips or strategies for a small business. So of course, this is like the top of the year, 2024, and you'd be like, okay, I hate my job. I have great ideas. I'm ready to work for myself. You know, you probably have people telling you this for a long time. Like you may have like a dope product or service that you can do, and people have been telling you to start your own business, and you wait until now to start your business. So you know, congratulations. I'm glad you're making a move, because a lot of people don't even make that first step. You know, so but of course, like anything new and unknown, it can be scary, it can be overwhelming. So I just want to share like 5 tips, kind of like to make things digestible and keep you encouraged and keep you going. But this is 5 things to kind of keep in mind as you start your business. Just to show you how important UX is, I'll pull this quote. Small businesses that prioritize user experience see, on average, a conversion rate increase of 400%. That means for every 100 visitors to their website, they convert 4 times as many into paying customers. Investing in a positive user experience isn't just a luxury, it's a powerful strategy for boosting your bottom line. That's very true. Because you really get taking time to understand your customers before you take your product to market, product or service. So you really need to take the time to really learn about your customer base, you know. So of course, nothing's new under the sun. So of course, if you're selling a product or service out there, somebody out there doing something similar. So find people who buy those similar products or services and ask them how they feel about it. Figure out their behaviors. What makes you want to buy it? What turns them off for buying it? There's a really understanding, and how can your product be even better than theirs so they can choose you over the competition? Yeah, so it's very beneficial to do some user research. Just really understanding your customers. Like, of course, you know, you created a product or service you will buy, but you're not sure it's something that customers will buy. And of course, nothing is new under the sun. So you find out who your competitors are, and you find people who will shop with the competitor, and just really learn about them. Like, okay, and talk to them. You know, what make you buy the competitor's product? What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? You know, and then how can you improve upon it to be better than the competitor? So you really need to gather your insights to learn their needs, their preferences, and behaviors, and then got to put together a persona of your ideal customer. And they really give you a lot of insight, or give you a more solid direction you need to go with your business. Tip number 2, think about the whole overall shopping experience. I had some clients in the past where they have a business, say they sell clothes online on Instagram. You know, a lot of people shop on social media now. Like millions of dollars are being made on social media now. But like, say for example, they may have like a nice dress for sale. You know, they may have posts on Instagram, and then but they don't post a price, and they say DM for info or DM for pricing. Well, you probably like losing more customers than what you're gaining. You know, because you think about it for yourself. You know, would you want to DM? Do you just casually shopping? Do you really want to start a conversation with the buyer at that point? You maybe just be looking. Like, to me, you probably have a lot more interest if you did post a price of your product. And then they make a decision to reach out to you. I mean, that is one way of looking at it. But think about the overall shopping experience, because any friction in that experience, you can lose that customer. Which leads to tip number 3. You need to streamline your checkout process. One of the things that make Amazon so profitable, they make it so easy to buy stuff, right? Like, you know, like find a product, you can hit buy now and they ship it right to you. It's a streamlined checkout process. It's easy. There's no friction there. And you gotta make sure you, as a small business, have a very similar experience. You may have a website for someone to buy your product or service, but you making the customer sign up to create an account to make that purchase. And that can kind of like backfire on you, because you know a lot of people may find that as a headache and they might just leave it alone. So you might even have big companies like I've seen Macy's and Target, to where you can have a guest checkout. Because like I'm not like I know for me, I don't do that much shopping like that. So I don't want to create a whole new account for y'all to bug me about stuff. Like I just want to make this one-time purchase. And fortunately, like some websites like Target will have a guest checkout option on there where I can do just that. So you got to really think about your checkout process. Is it easy? Um, is the ability for guests to check out? I mean, yeah, it's cool. You may have like a big fan who may want to create an account. They may make back-to-back purchases in the future. If so, do you have a way you can save their credit card information and keep it safe, so where they can make safe, fast purchases in the future? Just really think about the checkout process of that. Tip number 4: foster clear communication. Communication is everything. You don't want your customer wondering about anything or misunderstanding anything. You want to be thorough. Like I've seen too many businesses keep things a little bit too casual. You know, uh, it's a business. You know what I mean? So you want to make so when somebody giving you money or interested in giving you money, it's a whole different conversation than talking to your friend. You know, so you want to make sure your communication is clear. You know, being clear about what you're offering as a product, what you're offering as a service, what the refund policy is if something goes wrong, like anything of that nature. Just make sure it's clear communication about your product. I think that's very important. And tip number 5, and to me is probably one of the most important: collect and act on feedback. So, you know, it used to annoy me when I like make a purchase and I might have like on the receipt to say, "Oh, fill out this quick survey." They give you your feedback or whatever about your shopping experience. But now being a UX designer, I see the importance of that, because if they get enough bad feedback, they know they need to make some changes. If they get enough good feedback, then they know they're doing something right. So you need to do the same thing as a small business. Like find ways to collect that feedback. And of course, you want to be annoying to the point where you want to get a response. Like I've seen one business, I can't think of the name of it, but they might just casually throw in one question about your experience, like something that's easy, just collect some data. You know what I mean? About shopping experience. Amazon, you know, have a star system about the actual product. Uh, but yeah, you're just collecting your feedback and then acting on the feedback. Perfect example: when Keith Lee came to Atlanta, and he gave some restaurants some bad ratings. You know, he had a bad experience with the restaurant, right? He gave his feedback on it, and all those restaurants, they didn't respond in the appropriate way. They didn't respond in a mature way. You know, one restaurant, you know, making a skit out of it. You know what I mean? Instead of like really just taking in his words and trying to find ways to fix it, or okay, yeah, we can do better with this, or we're gonna make sure you know, you do better about customer service, any of that. So you know, collect the feedback, and you know, good or bad. You know, if it's good, great, and if it's bad, well, at least you know what it is and see how to find ways to fix it. Because again, your business can scale, it can change and evolve over time, and that's fine. You know, because like I say, here in Atlanta, like I meet someone, they're like, oh, yo, I want to do a feature length movie straight out, and it's their very first project. They haven't done anything else ever. You know what I mean? So, but compared to somebody who may like, okay, let me do a skit first, let me do a commercial, let me do a short, and then they work their way up. You learn so much along that process to to where when you do something big and huge, you work out a lot of your kinks in the system. You learn so much to get to that point. So it's okay to learn and grow. You can make mistakes, and that's fine. It's the fact that you keep learning and growing and evolving and pivoting when you need to, and that to me will lead to a successful business. And that to me would lead you to a successful 2024. But anyway, that's all I had. I just want to keep it short and sweet. You like the video, like, share, subscribe. I'll be posting every week. You can also catch me on LinkedIn. If you're interested in my services as a UX designer, reach out to Inspire Agency, inspire.ux.com, and set up a free consultation. And we sit down with you and find out what your pain points are and help you solve it. Anyway, thank you. Have a good one. Later.